Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to turn these affordable items from the Dollar Tree into easy to make Halloween decor. For the first project, I'm using this round vase, this set of 4 plastic party bowls, and these purple Halloween LED lights to make a crystal ball. With hard plastics like this, you can cut out pieces by repeatedly scoring it with an X-Acto knife. It just takes a little patience. Now the idea here is to use one bowl as the base for the crystal ball to sit on, and the piece I just cut from the other bowl will be placed on top of the vase to hide the flat portion. Something like this. To paint the base of the crystal ball, I'm using Rust-Oleum metallic finish in bright coat gold. Next, I'm going to cut a hole in the top of the base so the lights can stick through. I'm scoring the plastic again, just like before. This is where patience is really going to pay off. I got impatient while scoring this piece, and well, just take a look. That definitely did not go as planned. Since the break was on a portion of the bowl that you won't be able to see anyway, I decided to just go ahead and use it. Next, I'm going to add some depth to the base by painting it with a mixture of black and brown paint and water. I'd say the water to paint ratio is about 50-50. I'm painting the mixture over the whole piece and then gently wiping it away with a paper towel, making sure to leave paint in all the nooks and crannies. This painting technique gives it an aged brass look that I just love. Now I'm going to add the lights to the bowl. I'm just using blue painter's tape to attach them so that the battery pack is easily accessible in case I need to change the batteries. Once the lights are on the base, I glued the clear piece I cut from the other bowl to the top of our crystal ball with my hot glue gun. Next, I'm using a piece of scrap fabric to fill the crystal ball. You can really customize this part. You just need a semi-sheer piece of fabric to diffuse the light, but it can be any color you want. I'm stuffing it into the crystal ball, kind of like making a nest around where the lights are going to sit. Added a couple of squeezes of hot glue to secure it, and that's it. Let's check out our finished piece. I really love how this turned out, and the fact that it was only $3 is just an added bonus. For our next project, I'm going to be making some cute skeleton hand wall hooks out of these salad tongs and wooden plaques. The skeleton hands are a little too fake looking for my liking, so I'm going to paint them to look a little bit more realistic. I'm starting with an ivory base coat and giving each hand 2 coats of paint. Next, I'm using watered down brown paint, similar to what I used on the base of the crystal ball, to bring out the detail in the bones. I'm painting it on and then very lightly wiping some of it away with a damp paper towel. Next, I drilled holes into the wood plaques using a 1/2" drill bit. I'm only drilling about 2/3 of the way through the plaques. Okay, so cutting the skeleton arms down to size was a bit of a challenge. I don't know what kind of plastic these are made out of, but it is unreasonably strong for something that costs $1. First, I tried using these snips to cut them. Next, I tried these heavy-duty shears. What am I even doing here? I went to go look for my handsaw, but I could only find the blade, so here I am wrapping it in tape where I'm going to hold it. Very professional move. Finally, we have success. Take that, plastic skeleton arm. Now I'm marking the rest of the arms and cutting them down to the same size as the first one, and drilling holes in the other 3 wooden plaques. The next step is to paint the plaques. I'm using Rust-Oleum semi-gloss protective enamel in semi-gloss black. I give them a good coat of paint and let them dry completely. To finish these off, I'm using hot glue to attach the skeleton arms to the wooden plaques. And that's going to do it for our skeleton hand hooks. I attached them to the wall with command strips, and I find it helps if you hot glue the strips to the wood plaques before sticking them to the wall. I'm using the wood plaques again for my third project, as well as these 3 little bugs I found in the kids' toy section. I started by painting the bugs with the same Rust-Oleum gold paint I used on the base of the crystal ball. This is definitely my favorite gold spray paint. It gives a really nice gilded look to anything you spray it on. Just look how fancy these Dollar Tree bugs are looking. Next, I painted the plaques with the same semi-gloss black as before. Once all the paint is dry, I hot glue the bugs to the wooden plaques. I used a healthy amount of hot glue to attach each bug, and then I secured them to the wall with command strips. For our next project, I'm making a hanging cage out of these 2 baskets and this chain Halloween decoration. First, I removed the basket handles. They just pop right off. Then I cut off the rims of each basket. I left a thin section of the rim on the first basket so that when I attach them together, the square hole pattern won't be disrupted and it will look like one solid piece. On the second basket, I cut the rim off entirely. Next, I painted the baskets. First with semi-gloss black, and then I used a metallic silver. I'm using a Krylon silver metallic, but you can use any silver paint. I sprayed the silver in random areas, not fully covering the black because I'm going for a dark metal look. I repeated this process on the other half of the basket as well as the insides. I also gave the chain a little spritz so that it would match. I got this skeleton cat at the 99-cent store to put inside the cage. To attach the chain, I popped open the bottom link and removed one of the shackles. Then I cut 2 holes in the top basket with an X-Acto knife, looped the chain through, and closed the link. I originally started taping this to hold it in place while the glue dried, but neither the super glue I planned to use or hot glue were doing their job, so I just held it together with masking tape. I recommend black electrical tape if you have it, but masking tape worked. I went in and painted it with some black acrylic paint and it looked fine. I finished off the cage by attaching the loose shackle to the front to dress it up a bit. This can be hung inside or outside, and you can put any decoration you want inside the cage. For my last project, I'm going to be transforming this plastic skull into a creepy candle holder. I started by cutting a hole in the top of the skull with my X-Acto knife for the LED candle to fit into. Then I cut a hole in the bottom of the skull to access the candle's on and off switch. Our skull buddy has this lovely Dollar Tree paint job that we're going to upgrade for him. I'm starting with a base coat of ivory acrylic paint. I did 3 coats to get this level of coverage. Now that I have my base coat down, I'm going to be using a 2-to-1 mixture of water and brown paint to add some depth to my paint job. I brushed this mixture over the entire skull and gently dabbed off the excess with a paper towel. Next, I painted the nostrils and eye sockets with black acrylic paint. Then I added more of my brown mixture to the eye sockets and cracks in the skull. I wanted my skull to look extra aged and weathered, so I added some water to my black paint and gave the skull a coat, making sure to get into all the nooks and crannies. Now it's time to attach the candle. I placed the candle in the hole I cut out and started gluing. I'm applying glue to the top part of the candle and letting it drip down to the skull to mimic melting wax. Next, I'm lighting one of the taper candles and letting the wax drip down the outside of the candle over the hot glue drips and down the sides of the skull. This took a while, but it was actually a pretty fun and relaxing process. That's going to finish off our last project and our video. I hope you guys got some inspiration to make some of your own Halloween decorations. If you try any of these, be sure to tag me on Instagram at happyhomemama.diy so I can check them out. Subscribe for more DIY videos like this, and thank you so much for watching.